but you cannot push the girls to the point of exhaustion where they're fainting after every stage. Seeing Yubin standing and mustering every last ounce of strength to stay standing until the lights shut off, and to see her collapse immediately after is truly, it hurts to watch. It really does hurt to watch. So as the title of this video says, I am extremely disappointed in both Modhaus and in Jaden Jong. If you haven't heard the news yet, 2 members of tripleS have collapsed just this month alone during promotions for their new comeback. Nien collapsed after a performance earlier this month. Just a few days ago, Yubin was also seen fainting after a performance. I won't show the footage because it's pretty hard. It's hard to watch, honestly. I personally don't even like seeing it, but it is important that people do see it to understand the reality of K-pop and what these idols go through. I just don't want to post it here. So it is really scary to see something like that. I'm wishing the best for Nien and Yubin, and I'm hoping they can rest well and recover. It's really tough to watch something like that and not want to be vocal about it. What I'm trying to express in this video is my discontent for how Modhaus is treating tripleS at the moment. Yeah, there's a lot that comes with managing a 24-member girl group. Things like this really cannot be taken lightly. Nien is one of the most physically fit members of the group. Her conditioning is incredible. So to see her be the member to collapse is a huge red flag, and it just makes you question like how much these girls are going through to put on these performances that we want to watch. Honestly, the crux is if it comes at the cost of their health, then I would rather not see them. We know as fans that the K-pop industry is incredibly cutthroat. These schedules are brutal. It's very stressful, and during promotion periods, even small groups like Le Sserafim, which only have 5 members, like their schedules are grueling. They're extremely tightly packed and they have little time for rest. So when you expand that to a 24-member girl group, it makes things even harder. Because the group is so big, it takes so much time for them to get prepped for a music show. And I understand that we do want to see these 24-member comebacks, but I was under the impression that they'd only be happening once a year. Like, I get it. Those are going to be stressful and there's going to be bottlenecks. The girls are not going to have a lot of rest during these promotional periods for the OT24 comebacks. And that just comes with the territory of having such a large group, which would be okay if they happened only once a year. But the problem is that we're getting so many 24-member comebacks. Like if you think of their schedule last year, they had Assemble 24, they had Badge War. That's great. But then towards the end of the year, they had MSNZ. This was the group divided into 4 different groups, so 6 members per each subunit. They were all promoting at the same time, so this was basically a 24-member comeback. And then they had a Christmas song as well, which was all 24 members. So that alone was basically 2 24-member comebacks in 1 year. And earlier in the year, MSNZ had a tour in Asia where they were performing as 24 members. So again, putting stress on all 24 members. And now we're in summer and we've got our annual 24-member comeback again with Love and Pop Part 1 or Assemble 26. You know, we're going through that whole cycle again of 24-member full promotions with little to no break. And the way Modhaus and Jaden Jong has decided to approach the Love and Pop series is he's divided it into different parts. So we're getting the second part in, I think it was October. That's again another 24-member comeback in the span of a year. We're getting so much OT24 content, and it's putting so much stress on the girls. Like they have to learn this full 24-member choreography. They all have to undertake such brutal schedules, which the issue is compounded because there's so many members in the group. And obviously anyone knows a group that size is going to be so hard to manage. The thing with tripleS and Modhaus is that the company basically promised that this would be sustainable because they would have a system of rotating subunits. The dimension system and subunit system was designed to prevent member burnout. So it gave members time to rest while another subunit was active. The resting members could do like low energy, low intensity activity, like just go on lives and do vlogging on their Signal. I don't understand why we've moved so far away from that. Now they are actively performing, they're actively promoting their 24 member comeback with so many performances happening in such a small window of time that these members are not getting adequate rest. And that's what's resulting in members fainting 2 times. 2 members fainting in the same month is not an accident, it's not a coincidence, and it's not acceptable. And I get it. The most lucrative part of having a 24 member group is when all 24 members are active and promoting, and you have a responsibility to your investors to try to make as much money as possible, but that cannot come at the expense of the health of the members. Without the members, there is no money to be made anyways, so their health needs to be the first priority. And I don't get it, because they're like, this group is so revolutionary because they have their Cosmo app and their gravity system and their object system, which generates so much revenue that I don't get the rush to try to push for all this promotion for live performances and get the album sales up. Like, there's so many other ways for this company to make money. I've spent a lot of money on objects, and relative to other people, I'm pretty conservative, and I feel like I've spent a lot on objects, but seeing how much other people spend is like crazy. tripleS is such an ambitious group with all these innovative ideas and things that we've never seen before. And it's really exciting to see, but in order to sustain all that, you obviously have to make some changes to how the way things are operating. Yeah, just having them do all these fan sign events, all these commitments, it's just too much burden on the system and too much stress on the girls. Even going further back earlier this year, the situation with ChaeWon, her body image issues, her weight issues, she was, if you don't know about that, she was extremely underweight, and that was very concerning to see. And Modhaus and Jaden Jong were supposed to be the company that put the well-being of the members first. Right now, we're not seeing that happen. Really seeing the toll, the physical toll and the mental toll that it's having on some of the girls is really heartbreaking, and change needs to be made. Like, seeing Yubin standing and mustering every last ounce of strength to stay standing until the lights shut off, and to see her collapse immediately after is truly, it hurts to watch. It really does hurt to watch. And this is a huge red flag, and I think it calls for a lot of change within the company, and there needs to be adjustments made to tripleS's schedule in the near future. They have a big performance in Taipei on July 11th, and maybe that's a commitment that you have to fulfill, but beyond that, I think you need to give the members more rest. I think Badge War Season 4 should be postponed, just like everybody else. I want to see that content as well, but again, if it comes at the cost of the members' health, their rest, and their well-being, then I'd rather not even see that. I'd be totally okay. You can give them low intensity activities. Like, I'd love to just watch a vlog of the members eating pizza in their dorm and talking amongst themselves. And if it means the members can get the rest that they need, I'm totally okay. And the plan to have Love and Pop Part 2 happen this year, I do not think that should happen. That needs to be postponed. We cannot have any more 24 member comebacks this year. It's just too much stress on the system. It's too taxing on the girls. Again, as much as I want to see tripleS content, above all else comes the health of the members. My frustration and disappointment comes from Jaden Jong knowing what the situation could be like after seeing LOONA, what happened there. Like, I respect Jaden Jong's creative vision. I think he's a genius, but you cannot push the girls to the point of exhaustion where they're fainting after every stage. I understand that as a creative person, you have all these things that you want to do and you have all these ideas that you want to execute. But first and foremost, you have to protect the girls. You have to protect your talent. So I'm honestly shocked that as the CEO of Modhaus, after all the experience he's had with LOONA and Blockberry Creative, that he would be following the same pattern that that they did. I saw firsthand like what they did to Hassel's shoulder. Like her shoulder is destroyed. Like she needs to get surgery to have it fixed because she was forced to perform and tour while she was in excruciating pain. And now, to the credit of Modhaus, she's getting the rest that she needs. She's had her surgery and she's currently recovering and on hiatus. But I would love to see that extended to tripleS as well. So as a wave, I'd honestly rather do without all this promotion, all this content. I'm really happy that they got their music show wins, and I'm really happy to see the success of Love and Pop Part 1. Again, after all is said and done, we have to consider the health of the talent, the health of the performers, because obviously without them, there is no music show wins. There is no sales. I really want to give Jaden the benefit of the doubt, and I think he does understand how serious this is. Jaden Jong and Modhaus do understand that they have to make changes in order to sustain tripleS. Despite how uncomfortable it might be, if we really care and if we really want to see changes be made, then we have to talk about it. We have to be vocal. We have to speak up. And I do think a 24-member girl group is sustainable in the long run, but you have to make the right decisions to make it possible. Plans for later in the year must be postponed. I will personally be writing an email to Modhaus customer service on how I feel about this matter and what I think should be done. I'll be writing a draft for that email and I'll put it in the video description. I'll have it both in English and in Korean. If anybody would also like to reach out to Modhaus and express your concerns about the situation, definitely you can just copy and paste that template and sign it as you at the bottom. I'll also put where you can reach out to Modhaus to bring up your concerns. And of course, you want to be, when you're reaching out to this company and you have legitimate concerns, you always want to be respectful. Don't send threats to the company or have explicit language in your emails or messages because they won't be taken seriously that way. They're just going to be seen as spam. So you have to be legitimate and professional. So Modhaus, please make the right choice and just put the well-being of tripleS first.